Did you know that over 2.5 million tons of plastic are used globally every year just for horticultural coverings? Much of it never biodegrades and clogs our environment. If you're thinking about laying down a weed mat or throwing up a shade cloth, stop and hear me out first. In today's episode, we're exposing why these are not the miracle solutions they're often sold to be. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to Don't Do This Guide, where we uncover everyday mistakes so you don't have to make them yourself. Trust me, it really helps us out. Okay, let's talk weed mats. You see those things lining the shelves at the garden center, promising a weed-free paradise? And yeah, I get it. Nobody likes weeding. But here's the deal with weed mats. They're often marketed as a one-stop solution for weed control, but they rarely deliver on that promise in the long run. Think of it like this. You lay down that weed mat feeling super accomplished, and for a little while it seems like you've outsmarted nature. But those weeds, they're persistent little buggers. They'll find a way, sprouting up in any tiny opening or crack they can find. And then you've got this whole mat situation going on, making it even harder to pull those weeds out. But here's the real kicker. Most weed mats are made of plastic, and not the biodegradable kind. We're talking about the stuff that hangs around for centuries, breaking down into microplastics that pollute our soil and water. Those plastic mats, they don't just block weeds, they also suffocate the soil. Your soil is a living, breathing ecosystem, and it needs air and water to thrive. Covering it with a plastic mat is like trapping it in a plastic bag. Remember, a healthy garden starts with healthy soil, and suffocating it with a plastic mat is never the answer. Alright, now let's talk shade cloth. It sounds innocent enough, right? And while it's true that some plants benefit from a bit of protection from the intense midday sun, shade cloth isn't always the answer. First off, not all plants are created equal. Some plants, like tomatoes and peppers, need a ton of sunlight to produce their bounty. Depriving them of that precious sunlight with a shade cloth can significantly reduce their yield. But even for plants that do appreciate a bit of shade cloth can create some unintended consequences. For starters, it can trap moisture, creating a humid environment that's a breeding ground for fungal diseases and pests. Plus, shade cloth can interfere with airflow, which is crucial for healthy plant growth. Good air circulation helps to regulate temperatures, prevent disease, and even strengthen plant stems. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about areas where the sun is just brutally intense? There are definitely situations where some form of shading is beneficial, but instead of reaching for that synthetic shade cloth, let's explore some more natural, eco-friendly alternatives. One option is to use the natural shade of trees or shrubs. Another option is to use row covers, which are lightweight, breathable fabrics that can be draped over plants to provide temporary protection. The key takeaway here is that while shade cloth might seem like a quick fix, it's important to weigh the potential downsides before you cover your entire garden. Let's talk about the bigger picture for a minute. Using non-biodegradable materials like plastic weed mats and shade cloths might seem like a harmless way to make our gardening lives easier. But the truth is, these materials come with a hefty environmental price tag. Every piece of plastic that's ever been produced is still on this planet in some form or another. And plastic doesn't just disappear when it ends up in a landfill. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces, called microplastics, which contaminate our soil, water, and even the air we breathe. These microplastics are practically indestructible, and they can have devastating effects on wildlife. Marine animals often mistake plastic fragments for food, leading to starvation and entanglement. Birds can ingest plastic, which can fill their stomachs, giving them a false sense of fullness and leading to malnutrition. And it's not just wildlife that's affected. Microplastics have been found in our food, our drinking water, and even in human blood. The goal here is to empower you to make informed decisions about the products you use in your garden and beyond. Okay, enough with the doom and gloom. Let's shift gears and talk about positive steps for creating thriving gardens without unsustainable materials. Let's start with weed control. Instead of plastic mats, try organic mulch. Mulch suppresses weeds, conserves moisture, and adds nutrients. You can find mulch materials in your own backyard. Grass clippings, shredded leaves, wood chips. Fantastic sources of free organic mulch. Another technique is using cover crops. Cover crops improve soil health and crowd out weeds. They're fast-growing plants that you sow in your garden beds during the off-season. Popular cover crops include clover, buckwheat, and winter rye. These plants add nutrients and attract beneficial insects. Now, let's talk about shading. Instead of synthetic shade cloth, use nature's shade structures. Trees, shrubs, and taller plants provide dappled shade. Consider mature size and growth habit when choosing plants for shade. Create temporary shade structures with bamboo stakes, burlap sacks, or old sheets. Just get creative and have fun with it. Alright, are you ready to ditch those weed mats and shade cloths and embrace a more sustainable way of gardening? I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide to rethinking your garden setup from the ground up. Step 1. Soil preparation. Remember, healthy soil is the foundation of a thriving garden. Before you even think about planting, take some time to nourish and prepare your soil. Start by removing any existing weed mats or plastic sheeting. Then, give your soil a boost by adding a few inches of compost or well-rotted manure. Use a garden fork or broad fork to loosen the soil and improve drainage. Avoid tilling or turning the soil too deeply, as this can disrupt the natural structure and beneficial microbial life. Step 2. Plant selection. Choose plants that are well suited to your climate and growing conditions. If you live in a hot, sunny area, opt for heat-tolerant varieties. If you're dealing with shady conditions, select plants that thrive in partial or full shade. Don't be afraid to experiment with different plant combinations to see what works best in your garden. Companion planting, which involves growing different plants together that benefit each other, can be a great way to deter pests, attract beneficial insects, and improve overall garden health. Step 3. Natural weed control. Instead of relying on weed mats, embrace more sustainable weed management techniques. Let's address some of the common misconceptions surrounding weed mats and shade cloths. You know how it is, these gardening myths get passed down from generation to generation, and sometimes it's hard to separate fact from fiction. Myth number 1. Weed mats are the only way to completely eliminate weeds. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but there's no such thing as a completely weed-free garden. Weeds are a natural part of the ecosystem, and they're incredibly resilient. While weed mats might provide a temporary barrier, they won't stop weeds from eventually finding a way through. Plus, as we've discussed, they come with a whole host of other problems like suffocating the soil and preventing water from reaching plant roots. Myth number 2. Shade cloth is essential for growing healthy plants in hot climates. While it's true that some plants benefit from a bit of protection from the intense midday sun, shade cloth isn't always the answer. In fact, using shade cloth can actually do more harm than good in some cases. So there you have it, folks. The truth about why you should think twice before using weed mats and shade cloths in your garden. I know it might seem a little overwhelming at first, but I want you to walk away from this video feeling empowered, not discouraged. Remember, gardening is all about working with nature, not against it. By embracing more sustainable practices, we can create thriving gardens that are not only beautiful and productive, but also good for the environment. So ditch those weed mats and shade cloths and rediscover the joy of natural gardening. Get your hands dirty, experiment with different techniques, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn and grow as gardeners. That's a wrap on today's episode of Don't Do This Guide. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, hit that like button. It's a simple way to tell me you want more content like this. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, share this video with your friends and family who might find it helpful. Let's spread the word about sustainable gardening, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel, Don't Do This Guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Remember, keep it natural, keep it simple, and keep on growing.